I'm Giuseppe Albi. I'm Italian born. I immigrated to Canada when I was almost 5. I always had an interest in art. I think probably because I didn't speak English, right? So, when I was growing up, art was something I could do. It didn't involve a language. Inside the picture is basically it's a virtual reality piece. And the idea was that the unique property of virtual reality is once you put the headset in, you're in that space. The fundamental difference between video has motion and sound if you have the sound, as opposed to a painting. And a painting is static. And basically when you look at a painting or a work of art, you animate it. It becomes animated in you, right? And you see different things and so forth. Where a video, you just sit back and look at it. It's a different process of viewing. In my mind, I began to think about the process of the interface and the interaction between the art form. I'd seen VR and I knew about virtual reality and augmented reality in that kind of space. I was introduced to that at a feature exhibit I was involved with in the 80s at Klondike Day. Totally. I mean, that's part of being a visual artist. I mean, is the art form is how you express something, an idea. The objective is to have other people view it and experience it. Hopefully, when they do experience it, it has some kind of an effect on them, right? So that they begin to think and they start exploring what the really message is in what you're saying. Or it can just be something that's just a very pleasant and relaxing, beautiful experience, right? Well, I mean, my first time I experienced it is that when I was working with this VR company, they converted the file and they downloaded it into the VR. And when I went into it, I was totally why. And my feeling is I'd just been somewhere that I had never been before. But the interesting thing for me is that I actually made that place, right? So that you're traveling to, right? You become a traveler and you become a traveler in this digital space, right? That's what I'm hoping people do. They embrace the new technology, the new way of seeing something, experiencing something, right? And that they feel like they want to do it again and go back and look at it. Oh, I love it. I really like it. I mean, I've supported the Works Festival. I've known Linda Wedman, when she first started it. And I actually worked for a few years setting up the square, and I was involved in producing an exhibit called The Art of CAD with partnership with the Canadian Architect publication, Canadian Architect. Sort of woke me up to or introduced me to the digital platform, right? And how people were using CAD to make these very imaginative spaces, right? That's one thing about a material or a technology. They all are different and they all provide different end products that you can use them to make, right? That excited me, that kind of the fact that I was involved in this digital exhibit many years ago at the Works. And now I'm able to be, and I've had shows before. A couple of years ago, I opened up my studio. So now it's a great experience to be there. It's very innovative, the content and the subject of the Works Festival itself, the whole idea of this temporary gallery space, so I'm very excited to be part of it again.